Ecclesiasticus, chapter 2, verse 2. Set thy heart aright, and constantly endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble. Trying so hard not to fall under pressure. You walk right when everything you left behind is still around. The goal is for me to be measured with the reed by the angel for the 140,000. Ain't got no time to be contemplating. Nah, wondering that if I do it, could I like a fish, I see the hook, but the bait dangling. Maybe I can get away, there for the take. Temptation's a part of life. Struggle. Curiosity can do some damage to your mind. The window to the soul is through your eyes. That I know. Shoot. Ecclesiasticus, chapter 2, verse 2. Set thy heart aright, and constantly endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble. Trying so hard not to fall under pressure. You walk right when everything you left behind is still around. The goal is for me to be measured with the reed by the angel for the 140,000. Ain't got no time to be contemplating. Nah, wondering that if I do it, could I still make it? Like a fish, I see the hook, but the bait dangling. Maybe I can get away, it's there for the take. Temptation's a part of life. Struggle. Curiosity can do some damage to your mind. The window to the soul is through your eyes. That I know. Shoot, I've been thinking about going blind. Cause wickedness can be appealing. But should I risk it all for a temporary feeling? Knowing I'm in position to receive eternal living. Don't give up now. Keep enduring to the ending. I'm in it to win it. For real though. Can't give up now. Nah. I'm in it to win it. Yeah. My hand to the plow. Ain't no looking back. Not at all. Not at all. For gold is tried in the fire. And acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Truth on the beat. So much sin in my environment. Temptation keep calling me. The Father keep testing me and say you keep stressing me. All I know is keep the law by any means necessary. Got a lot of adversaries. Blessings to me enemies. Some pretend to be a friend of me, but they be plotting on me. But I let it be. Told me turn the other cheek and do it to the end. I just want to see the kingdom come. Hand to the plot, keep working till the work is done. So many of my people sleep, dry bones in the valley. Speak to these dry bones and pull them out the valley. I know it gets hard, never said it would be easy. In the giving up is not an option. Giving up is not an option. Give my all for its true doctrine. Giving up is not an option. I give my all for its true doctrine. So no matter the trial, no matter the tribulation, no matter the temptation, I gotta endure to the end. I'm trying to get that crown of life, you heard me? Hey, Brother Brian's, I ain't giving up now. Got my hand to the plow. Got a minute just to win it. Got my hand to the plow. I ain't giving up now. Hey, James 1 and 12. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation. But when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which thy power hath. That's promise. Got my hand to the plow. To them that love him. Got my hand to the plow. I ain't giving up now. I ain't giving up now. I got my hand to the plow. Said a minute just to win it. Got my hand to the plow. And I ain't giving up now. Said a minute just to win it.
In it just to win it. I'm in this thing to win this thing. How about you? Are you in it to win it? We already won it. We already done it. Huh? What say you? Special thing I want to read tonight. If I could just read something to you, right? Shalom, everybody on the west. Shabbat Shalom to the I am everywhere else. Soon to be Shabbat Shalom on the west. Huh? My favorite day of the week, right? Oh, why do we play with this Sabbath the way we play with this Sabbath, y'all? right? If you tenderfooting keeping this Sabbath, you're probably tenderfooting with the rest of your walk, right? And we just got to put it on each other's mind. Somebody got to do it. Okay, you got me. I'll be the bad guy, right? Let's put our minds, right, on pleasing the Father. We got a Father to please, right? Everybody caught up in their own endeavors and what they want and what their dreams are. You know what I mean? It's about him, right? Your legacy is included in that. No, you don't choose your legacy and your destiny and then try to make him fit. No, you choose him and let him hand you what your legacy and what your destiny is. Right? And so many people, there ain't a minister nowhere that'll tell you that because they scared. They scared, y'all. I'm not scared of you. You know why? Because love casts out fear. I love you too much. I love you too much to be afraid of you. What you gonna do? Send me to the electric blue? What you gonna do? Right? Nah, we gonna talk this talk and we gonna hammer this thing out and we gonna get where we need to go. I already been there. Right? And when I saw that, oh, couldn't nobody tell me I was wrong after that. You feel me? I was docile and humble before my experience because I was believing all things. You know, I was given the space that, hey, you know, I was allowing the space that maybe I am wrong. Let me do half for everybody else and half for me, right? Let me leave space, right, for my leaders and my teachers to be right, right? I know what I was feeling, and I know what I thought the Most High was saying to me, and that's what my experience was yes, my son, you were right. Right? So, my thing is, my whole thing is let's serve the Father, y'all. Why are we worried about each other here and there, right? We worried about ourselves. This one worried about himself, that one, you know what I mean? And everybody's just like this, worrying about themselves. Let's all of us, right? To the sky with it, right? To the seventh heaven with it. Until then, until we do this, family, what can you expect? What can you expect? Besides a hard time and a bunch of turmoil, ain't it? A bunch of wrestling with stuff that you could be flipping behind your back. Who? Bang, right? Why? Because God means power. God means power. If you ain't got no God, you ain't got no power. If you have a little bit of God, then you're going to have a little bit of power. So just imagine when you put him first and he is your all and your everything. Oh, you're going to have all the power. Ask me how I know. Ask me. Right? Yes, yes, yes. It's all about the Most High, y'all. We need to make him our number one focus. Matthew chapter 6. Matthew chapter 6, y'all. Ain't it? Yes, yes, yes. Going into this Sabbath, Shabbat Shalom. We have a day, y'all. A beautiful day called the Sabbath. What happened on this day? The Most High created us and this earth and all the creatures in it and all the vegetation and all of everything. He created the heavens, right? Which is the sky, you know? And he put a firmament on the top and the firmament beneath. Right? And then on the seventh day, he rested. And he made us a whole bunch of itty bitty little hymns running around here. And he said, guess what? You guys rest too on the seventh day. So when that seventh day comes, what are you going to be doing? Are you going to be resting? Are you going to be running around like a chicken with your head cut off, spending money? Right? Like Nehemiah threatened them cats, told him he was going to lay his hands on them if he saw them around there again selling stuff. But we go running over to where they selling the stuff, huh? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. That's what we do. And I just pray somebody tighten it back up. I pray somebody tighten this Sabbath back up, start respecting this Sabbath, and make it mean something again. Make the Sabbath mean something. Make the Sabbath great again. Ain't it? But all praises to the Most High. I pray y'all are feeling wonderfully blessed out there, right? I hope he hitting you real good in your tranquility and in your peace, right? And if my words are offending you right now, then he ain't. And why ain't he? Because Psalms 119, 165. That's why. Go read it. The law should not offend you, nor the things of the law shall they offend you. If they do offend you, why? Because you've fallen on the wrong side of them, right? When you're falling on the right side of them, it feels good when they're being spoken about. Get on the right side of the law. Get on the right side of the law. if it's the last thing you do. And I love you. And I'm in the fight with you every step of it. Right? Let's put our heads together. Problems and blemishes and flaws included, baby. Don't get it twisted. I am not over righteous. There is no such thing as over righteous. You either righteous or you're wicked. Ain't it? Yes. Yes. Whatever that can mean to you. I got something I want to read tonight. Can we read something tonight? Just one whole chapter I want to read, and I'm going to get out of here. Con. And relax. And enjoy my Sabbath. Oh, 2 chapters, because you know we can't go nowhere without the 1 Corinthians chapter 13, baby, that big bad L word. Huh? We got to read that before we get out of here. Shout out to everybody that was on the conference last night. Beautiful conference we had. Right? Bring the problems, y'all. Let's talk about them. Con? We are not religious over here. Oh, religious people, they're so high, right? And they're so judgmental, ain't they? They laugh at you. They talk bad about you. They look at you and they think, man, right? Like they never been in them shoes. Like somebody they love never been in them shoes. Oh, he sounds like this. Oh, she talks like that. Oh, is this person drunk? Oh, is this person high? People hurting out there. Right? People got a lot going on out there. People are being punching bags for the devil out there because they ain't trained with the Most High and learn how to fight. Right? They don't know how to hit the devil and hurt him and back him up off of him. Nor do they know how to duck his punches, right? So they are absorbing the punches, boom, boom, bang, bang, bang. That's all the stuff that Satan throw at us, right? And then with our righteousness, or what we deem as righteousness, is when we try to hit back or push back, and the devil ain't tripping off of that, right? It's like a weak punch, right? Now see, you got to get in there like Rocky. You know what I'm saying? You need to get in there, with Apollo Creed. You know what I'm saying? To train to hit that bag. Boom, back, 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 beep, beep, boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? And learn how to hit that bag and get your wind up, right? And get your thing up, and then you come out the devil's, the devil getting on you, and you like, huh, who, ha, you hitting him with the Neo, right? And then when you hit, boom, it's power, bang behind it. You know what I'm saying? Boom, Now you know how to fight. Con? You know how to do that. And what is that? He throwing little temptations at you. And you so strong, it don't mean nothing. I don't want that. That's not for me. The Most High has what's for me. Right? When you're hitting them when you're talking to somebody else and you're sharing your blessed spirit right? And it's rubbing off on somebody else who was stressed before they had an encounter with you, ain't it? That's how you hit him. Boom, boom, with your testimony, ain't it? Yeah, that's how you do it. But I was looking at this, right? I was looking at this chapter. I've been looking at it here and there. And I wanted to bring it out because it's a reason why this is hard, you know, for us, for the righteous. We have it rough, y'all. We are not living deliciously. That's not what the righteous man does. Why? Because his soul won't be safe like that. You can say what you want to. If a man is rich, that is a problem. What's the difference in between you and the man that went to Christ and asked him how he can get the kingdom? What did Christ tell that man? He said, if you want to get the kingdom, first of all, you got to keep the law. He gave it to him in the same order that Moses gave it to us in Exodus 20. Ain't it? Yes. Yes, he did. Same order. And how did he end it? Take all your stuff, sell it, and give it to the poor. So what's the difference between you and that man? Would Christ not tell you the same thing? Are you worried about getting the kingdom? So if you walked up to Christ and said, hey, Christ, good master, and he gonna stop you and say, hey, don't call me good. None is good but one, and that's the Father. None is good but I, right? One. Yes, yes. Yes, did he not tell him that? Oh, he said it to him. So why did we act like we didn't see that? Right? So, yes. As we come into these riches, let's do beautiful things for they who have not. That's what I want to do, y'all. That's why I want to come up, right? To do beautiful things for the poor. You're not going to have to ask me, hey, Bronze, what do you give back? You're going to blatantly be able to see what I'm doing, right? Or at least a portion of it. A portion of it. You ain't going to see it all. I always have to have my things that, I kid you not even my wife knows. You know? I got things that only me and the Most High know. And some stranger that I'm probably never going to see again. And I got to be careful. I thought I was about to be famous for a minute. I backpedaled. I got scared. Wait a minute, no. That wasn't a part. That wasn't a part of this plan. Wait a minute. Let me bag back, right? Somebody fool around and say, hey, that's that guy. Nah, we got to be that needle in the haystack, baby. So figure out. Figure out what you want to do. Figure out who you want to be. Do you still have desires? That's why I was a problem for all these camps. Because they want you with desires and striving after things. Con. Why? So that they can step in between that and benefit off of your dream. Big bright eyes, big hopes. You know, you willing, you showing up, you ready to do anything. Because you have these desires. You have these dreams and these fantasies. You want to be something great. Right? You want to be rich. You want to be known by a lot of people. That's not the righteous way, y'all. And now they're going to tell you everywhere out there that I'm wrong. You could do that. You could have this, you could have that. You could be rich, you could blah blah, right? They on the side somewhere trying to get into this heathen music industry and all of that, trying to take truth music off in there and all of this, right? Why would you climb into the mouth and tuck yourself down into the belly of that beast? That's not our way. Now you go ahead and you think I'm joking, which I know you are, and go ahead and climb down off in there and find out. I'll be here. Right? But hey, I love all y'all, and that's why I talk to y'all, right? The way I talk to y'all, because I love y'all. And I'm not scared of y'all. Right? Go ahead, get mad at me. Right? I'll see you later. We'll talk later. Even if it's years later. Right? Because I am an empty vessel. I'm empty. I have no desires. There isn't anything that I want. Right? I want what the Most High wants. And he don't lose. Right? Glory be unto his holy name alone. But we got some enemies, y'all. Yes, 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 yes. We got some enemies, y'all. And they have vowed and said some things. And we going to read it tonight. And we going to read it right now. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2. For the ungodly now, right? The ungodly said, what did they say? Reasoning with themselves, sitting together, having a council. For the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves, but not aright. Our life is short and tedious, and in the death of a man there is no remedy. Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave. 2. For we are born at all adventure, and we shall be hereafter as though we had never been. For the breath of our nostrils is as smoke, and a little spark in the moving of our heart. One second. One second. Try to get this a little. Try to get this a little bigger here. Pow. 3. Which being extinguished, our body shall be turned into ashes, and our spirit shall vanish as soft air. And our name shall be forgotten in time. This is the Gentiles and the wicked talking, y'all. And no man shall have our works in remembrance, and our life shall pass away as the trace of a cloud, and shall be dispersed as a mist that is driven away with the beams of the sun, and overcome with the heat thereof. 5. For our time is a very shadow that passeth away, and after our end there is no returning, for it is fast sealed, so that no man cometh again. 6. Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth. 7. Let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ointment, and let no flower of the spring pass by us. 8. Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they be withered. 9. Let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness. Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place, for this is our portion, and our lot is this. 10. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the aged. 11. Let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. 12. Therefore let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean, contrary to our doings. He upbraideth us with our offending the law, and objective to our infamy the transgressings of our education. 13. He professeth to have the knowledge of God, and he calleth himself the child of the Lord. 14. He was made to reprove our thoughts. That's how they see us. 15. He is grievous unto us, even to behold. For his life is not like other men's. His ways are of another fashion. 16. We are esteemed of him as counterfeits. He abstaineth from our ways as from filthiness. He pronounces the end of the just to be blessed, and maketh his boast that God is his Father. 17. Let us see if his words be true, and let us prove what shall happen in the end of him. 18. For if the just man be the Son of God, he will help him and deliver him from the hand of his enemies. 19. Let us examine him with despitefulness and torture, that we may know his meekness and prove his patience. 20, let us condemn him with the shameful death, with the shameful death. For by his own saying he shall be respected. 21, such things they did imagine, and they were deceived, for their own wickedness has blinded them. 22, as for the mysteries of God, they knew them not, neither hoped they for the wages of righteousness, nor discerned a reward for blameless souls. Blameless souls. Pause. Selah. 24. Nevertheless, through envy of the devil came death into the world, and they that do hold of his side do find it. Selah. Let that marinate for a minute. Yikes. Hold on. Oh, that's so powerful. Oh, that's so powerful. So, when times is rough, you can hear the mind of the Gentiles, right? Of the wicked rulers of this earth. This is what they have said about everybody who is not them. Oh, let's break it down, right? We haven't even fully digested the whole gist of this thing. For the ungodly have said, so this ain't just anybody. This is the ungodly. These are the people who have made up their mind. We hate God. We don't care about heaven. We're not trying to make it there. We're not trying to please whoever this creator is, right? This is the ungodly. They have said what? Reasoning with themselves. They're reasoning with themselves. They're looking at the world. They're looking at all the creation. They're looking at their own life, and they're looking at themselves, and they're reasoning with themselves, right? And this is what they say, but not aright. They're not reasoning aright. They're reasoning wrong, right? And they're ready to do sin and evil, right? But not aright. They're not thinking aright. What have they said? Our lives is short and tedious. Every man arrives at that, right? Oh, you're a teenager and the sky is the limit, right? You got a long life ahead. You feel like you're going to live forever, right? Your 20s come. You're an adult. You get out of your mom and dad house. You got your own bills, right? And that's blessed. You still feel like you got forever, right? You might have a few little small children, right? You're paying your rent, right? You got your wife and your husband. Y'all jumping up and down on each other till you're sweating, right? You're loving life. Food is delicious. You don't got to watch out for salt or sugar or nothing, right? You loving life. You can still eat what you want and run 5 miles without a breath, right? Life is grand. 29 comes, then 30, then 33, and it's like, okay, wait a minute. You know, you start getting the pain in your side. What is that, right? Little gray hairs start popping out here and there. Oh, what is that? Pink, right? You're slowing down. Your metabolism is slowing down. You're putting on a little chubbiness, right? You catch a couple rolls on your side. Wait a minute. Oh, let me run that off. Oh, you run that back off, right? Oh, whoo, whew, that was close. Con, you're starting to see your life. Yes, yes, yes. And then as soon as you slow down, boop, that roll pop right back on. And then you can just let that slip. Never mind, right? Yes, yes, yes. And then your 40s come. 40s, they're calling you OG now. Everybody is OG and big bruh and big homie. And you know what I'm saying? And unk and all of this. You know, they're drawing a clear depiction between you and the young folks now in your 40s, right? Yes, yes. And you done came down with something. That diabetes gonna hit you from all of the sugar you done had in your life. Something. You got some kind of, you got some type of pill that you popping now, right? And you're being careful with what you eat. Oh, I can't eat that. That's gonna make me bloat, or that's gonna, that give me gas, or that, you know what I mean? And now you start thinking, right? That's what these Gentiles did. Our life is short and tedious. They start feeling that ending coming, right? And in the death of a man, there is no remedy. You realize them pills ain't working, huh? You in the hospital all the time. You're weak. You can't do nothing you used to do anymore, right? And there is no remedy. You're popping the pills. You're doing everything. You're trying every pipe dream that come down the line. Nothing works. It's just time to die, right? Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave. So these Gentiles is looking at that, and they rule the earth. And they're realizing, hey man, we gotta die. So what do? Do they turn righteous? Do they seek the kingdom? They don't do that, right? Verse 2, for we are born at all adventure. That's what they do. They seek adventure. Let's do all the crazy things, right? And we shall hereafter as though we had never been. They look at the earth, yeah, we all of that now, but this earth is going to forget about us when we die. 100 years later, right, they're not going to remember us. What do? They make history classes, right? And they talk about each other in those books. They make statues, right? They make statues and erect them and do all of these types of things. They're trying to remember themselves, and they're trying to pay homage to their fathers. That's why they do that, because they said, and we shall hereafter as though we had never been. They're not going to let us forget about them and their ancestors, right? For the breath in our nostrils is as smoke. We're temporary, they're realizing. And a little spark in the moving of our heart. So 60, 70, 80, 90, maybe 100 years of their heart boom, boom, doing that. They're comparing all of their time that their heart beat to a flash, right? A spark. You see that? Let's read it again. For the breath in our nostrils is as smoke, right? We see what smoke does. It goes and it's gone. It don't hang around. It don't linger. It evaporates, right? and a little spark in the moving of our hearts. So that whole time they heartbeat, they compared that to a flash. We're here and then we're gone, right? 3, which being extinguished, right, put out, our body shall be turned into ashes. They're going to rot away, right? And they, matter of fact, they're not going to rot. They like to be cremated, which the Father said don't do. They like to cremate themselves. They say, burn me up, right? Sprinkle me into the ocean somewhere, right? Every way that they can defile what the Father originally set up, they do that, don't they? Just because the Father says to do go right, they say, nah, we're gonna go left. Everything he says, even if it's better, even if it feels better to go his way, even if it's better for you and all, they don't care about that. No, I'm gonna harm myself, right? In this type of thing, right? Yes, this is what they have said. Our body shall be turned into ashes, and our spirit shall vanish as the soft air. 4, and our name shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance, and our life shall pass away as the trace of a cloud, and shall be dispersed as a mist that is driven away with the beams of the sun. Right? How we get all of that mist over the ground. Right? That morning dew and all of that. And then when that sun hit it, whoo, it just dries it up. That's what they're comparing their life as. And overcome with the heat thereof. When that heat hit that morning dew, it's over. You don't see no morning dew no more. Right? 5, for our time is a very shadow that passeth away. Our life is our time is a very shadow that passeth away. Yeah, we rich and powerful. We rule the world. We got everything right now. But guess what? It's temporary. It's passing away even as we sit in this flesh, right? So this is what they're doing. They're making the pact, right? And after our end, there is no returning. Once we gone, baby, that's it. For it is fast sealed. It's closed up. That's it. So that no man cometh again. We ain't coming back. Once we gone, that's it. 6, come on, therefore. This is what they said. Acknowledging that life is temporary and they're on their way out, right? But they ruled the earth. So, in their conclusion with that, they have said, 6, come on, therefore. Let us enjoy the good things that are present. So everything that is good and dainty and delicate, right? This is why. This is why they live for the moment. This is why they live for the moment. Everything is right now. Give it to me right now. I'm rich right now. Feed me all these delicacies right now. Right? Put 5 women in my bedroom. I want them in there right now. Right? If you bother me, I'm going to blow your brains out right now. Everything is right now. And they don't lean on the Most High for nothing. right? So now you see why it's wrong for us to live like that? If we plan on seeing this kingdom, that should not be our mind. And I'm going to tell you, at death is when life starts. Ask me how I know, right? Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth. Is that not what they have done? That's what they have done. Like a little boy playing in a field, right? Oh, everything is for his amusement, right? And let us speedily use the creatures. What creatures? The creatures of the earth. Like as in youth. Like a boy playing in the field, killing ants and smashing roaches and thumping grasshoppers or whatever he want to do, right? Whatever he, for his own amusement, he just destroys everything, right? He's a little boy, he get the magnifying glass and cook ants and stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's what they have done with the earth. That's how they can kill you the way they kill you, and the things that they do, in the ways that they make your life difficult, and they giggle at you as you struggle and die, right? Because they have said, and let us speedily fast right now, let us speedily use the creatures like as in you. Let us use the people of this world like we're little boys in the field killing bugs, right? And it ain't always death. It's going to tell us that. They're amused at watching us struggle, right? But 7, let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ointment, and let no flower of the spring pass by us. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Somebody finna get identified. 8, let us crown ourselves with rosebuds. Who was doing that? Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they be withered. Now, who was doing that? Crowning themselves. That's the Greeks and Romans, y'all. That's the Greeks and Romans. Who are they today? Esau, the white man. All of them. All of them. It don't matter where they come from. If they're Russian, Esau. If they're what you call a Caucasian, Esau. The redneck in America, Esau. The French, Esau. The Italian, Esau. They be trying to exclude Italians, but no, you too. You too. Who makes pizza? Italians, huh? Esau. Pizza, right? You ever seen Little Caesar's pizza? Is he not crowned? Pizza, right? Is he not crowned with rosebuds? Yeah, the Italian too. Right? So, and I know what that feels like. To crave green leaf. Remember that? I died, and when I got back here, I was thinking everything life. Whatever life was, I wanted to be connected to that. I chased that green leaf. So I feel them. with recognizing that death is upon them, let us crown ourselves with rosebuds, right? They chase that life that's in that greenery, right? That green leaf. Come, right? Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they be withered. 9. Let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness. So you see them make ways for each other to have things. That's how you identify the Gentiles. They take care of each other. They don't take care of us. They don't take care of us. They starve us out, right? They work us to the bone. When working in this book, you do 7 years of that, you got enough to go buy yourself a ranch, right? Nah, y'all gonna work your whole life. You gonna work yourself into an early grave, ain't it? That's what they have said. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. But let none of us go without his part, his portion, right, of our voluptuousness. That's how you know who the Gentiles are. They take care of each other. They don't care about your skin. They don't care about your hair. They love the Africans. They love Africans. Africans are Gentiles. You are not no African. You're not no African. Africans sold you. A border separates Israel from Africa. Every time we got in trouble, we used to run into Africa and blend in with them. Now, when Psalm 83 was on, they gave us up. The Africans said, no, they're not us. They're not like us, right? They're not like us. And they gave us up. That's the Israelite right there. That's the Israelite. They was turning us in, getting paid, right? And all that. We are not Africans. And I can tell who the Africans are. Our skin is different. We'll get into that another time. But they come to this country, what they get? Cab services. Back in the 80s when they start coming, in droves, coming over here by the boatload, they gave them the cab services. The Arabic Gentiles, what did they get? All of the 7-Elevens. Remember that? The Asians, what did they get? They got the nail salons. They showed them how to do that, y'all. They gave them grants for coming over here. They showed them how to do that. They show, they won't show us. We got to pay somebody a whole bunch of money, right, to decipher this paperwork when we want a grant. But they just get it coming over here. They go into institutions and things like that and learn how to do those things, right? And get that paperwork filed. And I remember when they came in the ghetto where I was living at, right? And I remember when they left. They moved to the richer part of town, and they all had businesses. They got the nail salons. They got the 99-cent Chinese food joints. They got the fried chicken joints, right? They got all that stuff. They got the donut shops. What they give us? Deuteronomy 28, they gave us crack and guns, right? So that they can upbraid us with the law. We're going to get there. That's in here too. It's all in here. Read the Bible. It's in there. Con. But they vowed to take care of each other. If you get in trouble, they're going to spin you around in so many circles, you're going to get dizzy. Going to pay this man, that man, this man. And then you're going to go walk into somewhere and they're going to tell you we can't even see you until you go over there and you pay him. Ain't that how they do it? You go stand before the judge, she send you to a class. You show up to that class going to tell you, listen, you need some such and such and blah, blah. You go down there, you pay your money, and then I'll enroll you. Right? He opens up Walmart. And he welcomes all of everybody's stuff. All of y'all, come on, put your stuff in here. These people are going to fill this building up, and they're going to shop, and they're going to buy all of your merchandise. Matter of fact, put something in there that's going to kill them. Right? And they treated me away when I talked about the grocery store. They laughed at me. Real Israelites, right? So you better know whose side they really on. Let their actions tell you whose side they're really on. You see what I'm saying? Yes. That's not by accident. Sorry, fam. Ooh. Something in my throat right now. I need to eat. And I need something to drink. But they have vowed to take care of each other, all the Gentiles. And you're going to have some sellout Hebrews that try to get in on it too. Why would you want to do that knowing what's going on with them? I don't know. There's some things that they believe about righteousness and all of that. And I just found out about it. I would never tell you that because it threatens the faith. It definitely does. And I could see how brothers got caught up and flipped and turned. You know, but one thing you got to understand about our leaders is they're not much different from the brother who he was solid, you know. He was solid and he was in the faith and you trusted him, and then one day you seen him go left. And now he don't care about the truth no more. He went and he joined another life and he's doing something else now, right? Like what's his name? He went and got into hydroponics. He don't want, you know, he gets offended when we approach him about the truth. I forgot what his name was. He's doing hydroponics now, right? And he gets offended when you say anything to him about the truth. And, you know, the studies that he put out that blew up, y'all. Got millions of hits on his studies. But our leaders are no different than those guys, right? So what happens when you get turned, but you're the head of a congregation that's making you rich. Ponder. Ponder. Right? But 9, let none of us without his part of our, let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness. Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place. Right? So they're spreading it around. Crumbs. Right? Little things that make you praise them. Little things that make you recognize their power. Right? And know that they're the ones feeding you spoon the mouth. Right? For this is our portion. And our lot is this. This is their portion. This is their lot, right? Mm-hmm. Yes, yes, yes. They're telling on themselves, y'all. Or this Bible is exposing them. Now here is where it's going to start digging in you. Verse 10, let us oppress the poor righteous man. The poor man is righteous, y'all. The righteous man is poor. Why? Because he cares about his people. He ain't going to sit there by himself fat and one of his blood is hungry. If I was sitting there and I could say, I could buy this Bentley in this mansion, or I can feed a whole bunch of brews. I have a bigger desire to spoil my people. I'll keep working, grinding, looking after my land, right? Doing my thing. Humble abode, right? Regular old life. But fed a whole bunch of brews, right? In a whole bunch of cities and states. And set them up so that they can have something. I would rather do that. And guess what? We don't have it. The people who would do that are the people who are not coming into it. The people who have it, they're taking care of their immediate circle. They're not for this. They're not the poor righteous man that's being oppressed. They flipped. Prove me wrong. Open your eyes. Open your eyes, y'all. Spread this. Make sure they hear this. What's wrong with y'all? What's wrong with your share finger? Make sure our IAM hear this out there. Right? Put it in inboxes. It should not be a widespread public thing, but take these videos, fam, put them in inboxes. If you would do that for the Most High. Right? If you know a brew, send this to them. And tell them to send it to a brew. Right? Because they have said, let us oppress the poor righteous man, y'all. And these people we following are not poor righteous men. Let us not spare the widow. So lump all of them in with this. They have said this just like the Gentile. They don't care how old a woman is. They don't care if she's a widow. The widows are not being taken care of right now, fam. The widows and the orphans, the Most High told us to always look out for them. Who got a program for widows and orphans? What church has a program for widows and orphans? They said that's what your worship hangs on. Wait a minute. You think I joke, don't you? You don't think I'm talking book to you right now. Let me beeline really quick. Let me pull this over here on your screen. I started Scotch Guard with this scripture, right? If you remember that. Let me pull this on your screen. James 1 and 27. Pure religion, we are not religious. We are worshippers of the Most High. When you go into the Strongs, that religion right there is going to give you worship. Pure worship and undefiled before God and the Father is this, is what? To visit the fatherless and widows in their affliction, and to keep himself unspotted from the world. Is that not directly what I just broke down that other scripture as? That's the Father, y'all. The exact same thing. And this, it didn't break it down like that, right? But look at this. Look at that. Pure worship and undefiled before God and the Father is this: to visit the fatherless, the orphans, right? And widows in their affliction. When they're poor, when they're hurting, you got to be there taking care of them, especially if you call yourself any type of a minister, leading a church. You got to have something set up for them, right? Father said, keep meat in my house. So that's what, the proceeds and all of that should be going toward. The fatherless and the widows, let alone anybody else who got some type of a problem. I know I was poor and struggled, right? For the most part, since 2011 or 12 or so, when I was a part of a congregation, right? I had my ups and I had my downs, but man, I had more downs, right? Because I wasn't chasing nothing. I was righteous, right? It was a whole bunch of things I wouldn't do to eat. I'd rather starve, right? That's what kind of time I was on. I wasn't willing. I wasn't willing to anger the Most High to eat. You know what I'm saying? If it didn't come righteously, I did not want it. Right? And I speak that way. I say did because, well, it's a cheat now. I died and saw things. I got a near death experience, right? So everything from that point forward is like, you know, it's not the same anymore. When I was just going off of my experience in the earth and my leaders and my teachers mixed with the scriptures and, whatever I thought my spirit was telling me and things like that, you didn't know for sure. I know for sure now. So when I speak as if I was confused, it's the past tense. It's on the other side of my NDE, right? But would you look at that, y'all? Pure worship and undefiled before God is this: to visit the fatherless and the widows in their affliction. And what's the second part I said? And to keep himself unspotted by the world. They got spotted by the world. The world jumped on them, right? The wicked rulers of this earth said, nah, you're like us. You're rich. You're famous. I bet not catch you doing nothing for them poor people, right? You better pocket it all yourself, right? Do a little something here and there so that you don't make yourself that obvious. But boy, you better not deliver that ghetto. You better not deliver those people, right? Or why ain't you delivered then? Why you still poor? Right? Why no minister in the earth has cracked the financial code and raised up his people out of the mud? Why haven't they done that? Nobody. Name them. Pastor Geno Jennings. Who? Joel Osteen? Who? T.D. Jakes? Who? Who? Elder such and such? Deacon such a much? Who? Why are we still going for welfare? We should not need that. It's enough of us working to throw a nickel in a bucket and take care of our people who ain't got nothing. It's enough of us right now to throw $1 in the bucket and put farms in every city and state and just feed each other. It's enough of us to throw a $20 bill in a bucket and buy land and make communities. That's one thing I respect about Straightway. He was doing that, right? He's doing that right now. He has communities and things off grid, right? I admire that, but man, tap in with them and see what they got going on. They got some things going on to where I'm like, not my cup of tea, right? Uh-uh. Not I, says me. Not gonna be able to do it. But the Most High, He has another idea. And we just gonna plant these vineyards, baby, and we just gonna feed ourselves. And we just gonna look out for each other like that, and we gonna love each other like this earth ain't never seen. Right? And It has nothing to do with no man. This is the Most High's will, right? Is the whole world going to do this? No. The remnant is going to do this. There's going to be a few of us doing this. We may stack up and look pretty nice, look pretty, you know. We may stack up and look like a little something, you know. But are we going to take over the world? Probably not. Right. To the world, we just going to look like farmers. That's it. Farmers. That's all. We just farmers, shepherd kings. That's it. Right? But back to this. Back to this. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow. They don't care if she lost her husband, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age. They don't care if you're old. They kick you in your behind with your cane, right? Get out of here, right? They don't care about that. I love them, y'all. I love our gray-haired people. I marvel at them. I love to sit there. I've been like that since I was born. I never really hung around kids. You would catch me on the couch between two adults, passing the roach clip, right? Oh, I was so cool, and all the adults loved me. They kicked all of the rest of the kids out, and they said, but he could stay. You get back in here, right? And they kicked the rest of the kids out. That was me. I asked my mother, right? True story. I had an old soul. I was born with it, right? I love them, right? The widow, man. You had a husband. He was a great provider and all of that, you know, and a protector. And he was all of those P words, a producer, right? A provisioner and all of these things, right? And all of a sudden he's gone. When that happens to a woman, man, what does she do? She don't know how to go forward, y'all. She like, what do I do? You know, go flip some pancakes, go tie on the apron and flip some pancakes. It's not going to meet ends, right? Man, they be messed up, y'all. They don't know what to do. If you could bind the strong man, you can have his house. Right? You know how that goes. They to the wolves, y'all. That's how you wind up an orphan. Something happened to your daddy, your mama couldn't hold you. Now you just out in the streets. Or maybe something happened to your mother. What did your mother do? How did she take it? Did you still have a mother after you lost your father? It's a little help now, you know. They're willing now to take a woman with some children, you know, out there. You know, but at this point, man, it was hard for a woman after she lost her husband. It was hard to, you know, get another man on her team like that, you know. But we got to take care of them, y'all. We have to take care of them. Right? And I'm going to say it again like I've said it before. If you are a widow or an orphan, hit that Gmail that you see right there. PlantVineyards144 at Gmail. Hit that. Let's see what we can figure out for you. Right? Reading on. 11. Let our strength be the law of justice. Oh, they're going to take that law and they're going to do everything with that law to you, including blow your brains out while you got your hands up, right? Attack you and ruffle you up, and he's resisting. Stop resisting. Stop resisting, and they, you know, tearing you up, screaming, "Stop resisting!" Con, let our strength be the law of justice. Oh man, broke as you are, and as much as you don't have, what they gonna do when they get you in that courtroom? They gonna hit you with fees. You was already trying to figure out, man, do I get these shoes or do I get the food? Food wins again, right? But my shoes are toe up. Maybe next check. I got to get this food now. You was already juggling that. Now they didn't hit you, right, with some fee, with some court fee, some restitution or something like this for some trumped up law, you know, something that you probably didn't even do, some stuff that shouldn't even be a law. What is jaywalking, right? That's crazy. See what I'm saying? Things like this, parking tickets, non-violent crimes. See what I'm saying? Let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. You're standing there, you're powerless. So we just gonna tread on you with our law. That's you standing in that courtroom finding out what your fate is gonna be. That's Yeshaya. To this day, we are still them same Jews that Yeshaya was standing in the court, and they are still those courts. Who are they? You might see some flowers on their head on the wall, on some type of bronzed out sculpture on the wall or something, right? That's who they are. They are still those Greeks and Romans. Like I was talking about on, what's that, the chastening, sometimes, right, with Sister SJ, right? Shout out to my beloved sister, right? Yes, read the Bible. It's in here. Okay? For that which is feeble, feeble is weak, is found to be nothing worth. You worth nothing. Right? 12. Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous. They lay and they wait for us, right? Because he is not for our turn. They know we for the Most High. You know, our hearts are righteous, right? So when you see us praise somebody other than the Most High, that's out of our element. You know, they have really been flipped and turned. And usually the money get them like that, right? Yes, yes, yes. It be that money, y'all. Let me see. And he is clean contrary to our doing. So we're not doing what they're doing. We're clean. Contrary, which means against. Right. We're against what they do. We're clean and against that. We're not for that. Right? We're on the other team. We are contrary wise to them. He upbraided us with our offending of the law. We talk about how they love pork, right? Talk about how they love adultery and, you know, how they done switched the Sabbath out You know, we upbraid them with the law. We give them a hard time about breaking the Most High's commandments. You see that? And objective to our infamy, the transgressions of our education. Right? The, and object, so we heckle at their infamy, which is to be infamous, right? Which infamous is to be powerful on the wrong side of things, right? To be powerful in wrongdoing, right? That's what infamous is. And the transgressions, the the uh, the sin, which is in what? In our education. Ain't no Bible in their school system, right? They're not teaching you how to be righteous in college. No, they're teaching you how to join something like Skull and Bones, right? And do rituals and things like this. And get in that big old circle with a black hood on it, you know, and put a body in the middle of that and bleed it, and everybody get a cup of the blood, and you know, they're coming together doing things like that, you know. Crazy stuff, y'all. Crazy stuff. What that remind you of? We talked about it up here, right? It's right up here. uh where was it at? Right here. And let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth. Could that mean bleeding you on the table, drinking your blood, and grinding your flesh up and mixing it in with the Mickey D's? You know, that's their words, right? They came out and said that. So you're gonna upbraid anybody else? Let's play that video, right? Which they're not fair. They do what they want. They do what they want in their dominion, right? But 13, he professeth to have the knowledge of God. It's right here. Anybody who read this gonna have the knowledge of God, ain't it? Why they mad at us? Because they know he chose us, right? They know he feels about us the way we feel about him. Okay? And that makes them very angry. He professes to have the knowledge of God, and he calleth himself the child of God. God called me a child of God. I didn't know what I was. I was listening to y'all. You told me I wasn't, right? Hosea chapter 1, verse 10. Go get it on your own time, right? 14, he was made to reprove our thoughts. So in every way, we upbraid them, y'all. In every way, we are contrary to them. They want to be light and breezy and lie, and we're like, no, truth. And we bust their bubble, and we, you know, crash their parties and rain on their parades with truth. No, sir, that's not how it is. It's like this. They want to get loose and come with sin and this and that, and you know what I mean? Oh, but no, it's little white lies and hiding behind their back something, and we like, nah, sir, right? He was made to reprove our thoughts. So they ain't even said it yet. It's just what they're thinking and we're already ahead of them on that thing. They hate that, right? It's going to tell us, 15, he is grievous unto us. They hate us, right? They hate us for that. He is grievous unto us, even to behold, to look at us. That's why you walk in the store, or you walk into wherever you see them at, and it's like, oh, right? A nigger, a spick, right? Oh my. They can't contain themselves because you walked in the door. That's why they're like that. Oh, he's a problem, right? Something stupid that you're doing. Oh, it's the way he walks, you know? Oh, he said this and that. Emmett Till, he whistled at my wife, For his life is not like other men's. Our life is not like theirs. They'll never understand why I would say, I don't want nothing. No. No, thank you. Keep all your junk, right? Keep it. No, I don't want your pig. I don't want your hard liquor. I don't want all of these women, right? No, I'm married already. You know what I mean? Cool. I don't want the little things that you've able to flip the rest of the world with. He's different. We can't buy him, right? Shout out to that joint, man. What's the name of that joint, y'all? We can't bribe him with our money. All he wants is God. What was that I said that on? Right? I break this down pretty good in that verse. But I figured that out. It's on the tip of my tongue right now, but I don't want to lose my train of thought with this, so let's stick to this. Right? He is grievous unto us even to behold, for his life is not like other men's. His ways are of another fashion. Woo! Right? Man, they describing me. Are they describing you? They describing a true brew cut from that cloth, ain't it? Yes, they are. They know. They know, fam. His ways are of another fashion. 16. We are esteemed to him as counterfeits. We are fakes. Right? Jewish and all that. The ish people, right? We stress the ish for them. Counterfeit. You guys are fake. You guys are false and phony and all of this and that, right? This guy, that guy, this type of person, this hood wearing person, whatever they may be into, you guys are fake. You guys are hypocrites. Right? You mad at somebody for being who you are, which is a people. How are you mad at somebody for being a people and you're a people? Right? Yeah. So see, it's righteous against wickedness, fam. That's the only separation. Because they love other dark-skinned nations. Don't let them fool you with that. No, this is a spiritual thing. Right? That's what this is about. So yeah, we call you on that. You guys are fake. You're phony. You say you have one problem. You say you're mad about one thing, but that's not really what you're mad about. You're mad about something else, and you'll never admit that. You'll never admit what you're really mad about, right? So yeah, we esteem you to be counterfeit, fake, right? He abstained from our ways as from filthiness. Yeah, we start out rough, and then we come into this truth, and we start fastening our foot to the path of this law, which is the light to our feet, ain't it? Yes, we abstain from their ways as from filthiness. And he pronounces the end of the just to be blessed. Yes, we working. Got to get this kingdom, right? Played it the other night, right? Got to get the kingdom when it comes, right? All of that. The remix. I'm going to play the other one next time. I'm going to play the first one from a long time ago, right? Back in them days when Brunity was making that noise back there, when we was making that noise back there, that's going to come out too, right? If it be the Father's will. Yes, he pronounced the end of the just to be blessed. The electric blue, not the upper room, but the sapphire blue, huh? That good old Ezekiel 1 and 26 on them, ain't it? Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. 7 of them, right? And maketh his boast that God is his Father. The Most High said he will be our Father and we will be his children. He said that. They want to totally ignore the Most High and just deal with, right? So we can't do them like that. That's what they're doing to us. We can't deal with them. We got to deal with their God, right? We got to deal with their God, with their hosts. See that? Ephesians 6 and 12 flow. Right? 17. Let us see if his words be true. Oh, here we go. They're going to test you. They're going to see. They're going to make you mean that. They're going to see how much you mean what you're talking about. Right? They don't play. I can't count how many times I refused them trying to give me something, and I had to stand on it. Every 10 minutes in that hospital, right? Oh, they got ridiculous. Anytime they spoke to me, yeah, well, we got some such and such. You want some of this such and such? Nah, I don't want none of your junk, man. Nah, I don't want that. Right? Refusing it. And they just get obvious that it's about, trying to put me on morphine and stuff. Man, I don't want no morphine, man. Ain't that for pain? I'm not in no pain. Why you keep trying to give me morphine? I don't want no morphine. Right? 17, let us see if his words be true. They're going to test you. And let us prove what shall happen in the end of him. Right? Oh, let us test him to his death. They ain't going to let up. They don't have mercy. Those are attributes of God. Stop expecting the things of God from people of the devil. Don't work that way. They don't repent. They don't forget. They don't forgive. They don't do none of that. They don't give grace. They don't give you no passes. No, you mess up, you getting punished. They don't let nothing slide through the cracks. No, you will be persecuted and penalized to the full extent of the law. Don't they say that? Those are their words. No, they're not letting it go. All the way to the death. You will die before they show you any mercy. No. They don't have those type of hearts in their chests. Nah. 18. For if the just man be the son of God, he will help him. Let us see what it's going to take for Yeshua to pop out the sky, right? And deliver him from the hand of his enemies. Who's our enemies? Them. So, if Christ should come out the sky, they know that it's they behind in the sling, right? And they provoke the Most High in Christ. Ain't it? Yeah. Let us examine him with deceit, with despitefulness and torture. So they're despiting you and they're torturing you, but they're examining you. They're seeing how you take different things, right? That's why they get you in that courtroom innocent and beat that gavel and 25 to life, right? Like, man, wait a minute, y'all didn't have enough evidence to convict me. Freeze, right? They got you at gunpoint. And for some reason, they just start getting off. They just shoot you down, right? Man, how many bullets did it take? They get up on you. Oh, it was a wallet, right? They done shot you 41 times. It's telling us, right? Let us examine him with deceit, with I keep wanting to say deceitfulness. Let us examine him, Salakia, with despitefulness. So they know what they doing to you, but they gonna shut up their mouths to that. They're gonna purposely spite you, right? And torture you. And they're doing that so that they could examine you and see how you take it. Nah, that didn't make him lose his mind. Okay, hit him like this. Oh, he fell to his knees. He crying in the street, right? Okay, good. Hit him like that, right? They're torturing you, right? They know you poor. Guess what? $350 fine. Now figure out how you gonna pay that, right? I know your family at home hungry. You know, I know your kids' shoes falling off their feet and things. For $350, go ahead, beat the gavel, bang. You know, put that on top of all your struggle, right? They did this in Egypt. Take the straw away. Make them build the brick like that, right? Yeah. That we may know his meekness. So what they want to do is break you down. They want to see where you're meek at. They want to make your meekness come out, right? And the meekness is where you're weak. They want you to feel that you're trapped in their crosshairs and, whoa, what am I going to do? Right? That's why they hate it so bad when you still standing there like a G, you know what I'm saying? And you got your integrity still. They hate that. Oh, they want you to fall all over the podium and beg, oh, please, sir, that, blah, blah, right? They want to see your meekness. Show me where you're weak at. Con? Right. And prove his patience. Right? They love seeing you be patient, knowing that you defeated and just gotta blow that air out and just, right? They know they testing you. They trying to break you. But they proving how patient you are. Right? They respect you more when you flip a table over, right? Oh, there you go. See, you're human. Come on now. Give them a break. Throw them a sandwich, right? Give them an extra milk carton at child time. right? See you human, right? Because that's of the Most High. Patience and to be content with yourself. And yeah, I see what you're doing, right? Wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. Yeah, I see what you're doing. That's wise as a serpent. I know what you're doing. But harmless as a dove, I'm not gonna flip out right here, right now. But I know what you're doing, right? And those were the orders of Yeshua to be that way. Sheep in the midst of wolves, ain't it? Yes, yes, yes. Okay. 20. Let us condemn him with a shameful death. Oh, they want to send us out bad, ain't it? Through disease and bullets. Through disease and bullets, y'all. Can you imagine that? Disease is a nasty thing, y'all. Your flesh ain't the same no more. You got big sores or something like that, how Job went down and all of that. And man, you think about how your skin used to be, and you want to, man, you like, man, it's a dream to rid yourself and be healthy again. And it's like you never see that, right? You never get your feet and your legs back the way they used to be. You just down slope, right? Until you leave here. Why? That grocery store food, y'all. Or else, what? How else did you get it then? Your body just naturally, that just happened to you. You're eating it. You're drinking it, right? You're breathing it. All of that. It's a setup. Telling you, let us condemn him with a shameful death. I feel that deep in my soul, and I hurt for my people, right? And that's why I'm on what I'm on, right? That's why, the Father said plant a vineyard. He gave us uh, the escape, right? We can't make it so easy for them. Con? Now, will they figure out another way? Yeah. Yeah, they're going to figure out another way. But this will prolong us. It'll make it harder for them. And that's what's going to happen. These seasoned brews, they just going to have to come after us with violence in the end. And that's when you get us, fleeing and things. Heading, for the town without walls and all of that, because they going to hunt us out the earth, y'all. They're going to get tired of all of this playing around and then violence. Okay? The hangings and the lynchings and all of that ain't gone. The hunting us down how they used to be, you think they stopped doing that? Nah, they still doing it. How? Grocery store. Gang banging, right? Turned us against each other. Right? The spook hunters don't come in the hood no more. And that's what made us form Bloods and Crips and stuff, right? When they used to come down, you know, off the back of that Ford truck, throwing eggs at us and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Little things they used to do. Coming to the hood, doing that kind of stuff. Remember that? Know your history. Get up on that history. Huh? For by his own saying, he shall be respected. So, that's how they taking us out. They want to see us go out shameful. Why? What's the opposite of shame? Respect. They ruin your name before you go out, right? And they taught us to hate disease and to leave people with disease hanging and all of that, and to frown upon them, right? If people are stressing too hard that your illness is a demon in all of this, they on that other side, y'all. No, a demon ain't nothing but a mood. A demon is an attitude, y'all, a mood. That's what a spirit is. That's why when Christmas it comes, they say, get in the Christmas spirit. What is that? The Christmas mood. Put on your red hat with the ball on the end and kick it to the side, right? And hang your stockings, right? Let's hang our stockings on the fireplace and hang the mistletoe, and you know what I mean? Let's get in the Christmas spirit, right? Let's get in the Christmas mood, is what they're saying. A spirit and a demon ain't nothing but a mood. So if you could flush that mood out, you flush that demon out. Now, a disease is what was promised to us in Deuteronomy 28, and it's coming from this food. You want to shun us when we get sick and call us full of demons and throw us out of your congregations, but you won't tell us to stop eating the food. And you defend the food, y'all. That's somebody that's compromised. They compromised, y'all. I love them. I love them as brothers, but that don't mean I'm going to sit up here and lie. Sorry. I'm not going to lie for y'all. No, truth, baby. We going to get this truth. You know? Shouldn't have been doing that. Shouldn't have been on that side of things. Should have done this right. Right? You should have read Jeremiah 23 before you became a shepherd and kept yourself safe according to that chapter. Right? Shout out to all of y'all who could just go in Jeremiah 23 and just pick your shepherd apart. Shout out to y'all. Right? 21. Such things they did imagine, and they were deceived. And thinking all of that, they were wrong. For their own wickedness has blinded them. They're blind, they can't see. And that's what wickedness does. You start to ration away good sense when your thoughts are evil and wicked. See what I'm saying? 22. As for the mysteries of God, they knew them not. They're not considering the Most High and all that He's going to do when He catch up with them, right? Neither hope they for the wages of righteousness. They wasn't willing to do what was righteous in order to come out on the right side of the Most High when He meets them, right? Nor discern the reward for blameless souls. The blameless souls, the souls who ain't guilty of nothing, that ain't did nothing to nobody, they never even considered what that reward would look like. They just did everything to everybody and said, forget that reward, right? This is what they did, see? Back here, let us do what? Let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ointment, and let no flower of the spring pass by us. Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they be withered. Let none of us go without our part in the voluptuous things, right? Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place. For this is our portion, and our lot is this. 10. Let us oppress, that's what they said. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow. That's what they said, right? Nor reverence nor respect the old people, right? Let our strength be the law of justice. That was their God, right? The law. And it stretches across everything. Will they not call the cops on you while you in the hospital? And who the hospital siding with? You got no chance. They're gonna come, they're gonna put you in your pockets, right? And ruffle you up in a ball and throw you in the back of a paddy wagon somewhere, right? I told you, the courthouse is the hospital, is the school and the college, is the jail, is the prison, right? Is all of those facilities. It's the same place when you walk in there. Just dress it up for what you want. Take the bars out, put doors in the classroom. Take the desk out and stomp them benches and stools into the ground. You got a chow hall, right? You got a dorm or something. Put them steel beds in there, right? Put them bunks in there. You got a dorm. You got a dormitory. You're going to see brick walls in there painted off-white, things like this. You might see some wires in the glass just in case somebody try to bust and get in or out, right? Only thing different in the courtroom, you're going to see some wood. Huh? Tell me if I lie. 22. As for the mysteries of God, they knew them not, neither hoped they for the wages of righteousness, nor discerned a reward for blameless souls. 23. For God created man to be immortal. We wasn't supposed to die, right? Adam and Eve was supposed to live forever, and then here came that serpent, right? And made him to be an image of his own eternity. Man was made to be an image of his own eternity. This is supposed to be eternity. This ain't supposed to die and go into that ground, right? And till that earth. Nah. We're not supposed to till the ground. A man is supposed to be eternal in his own image, right? 24. Nevertheless, through envy of the devil came death. That serpent was jealous. He was jealous of Adam and them. Because the Most High told Satan, minister to them. And Satan is like, I'm an angel. Why I gotta minister to them? You made them after you made me first. I'm more powerful and this and that. Look at me. I'm beautiful. I'm shining and twinkling. All of these Jews, right? Why I gotta minister to them? And the Most High said, cuz I put them over you. You stronger than them? Good. They're weaker than you? Good. Take care of them. Right? And that's what you do. You take care of the feeble or the weak or the meek. You take care of them. You want to fight somebody? Fight the big, bad, strong. Oh, no, you want to be his friend, huh? And then you want to push around the shrimp, right? And be a bully, right? Nah. I was born with a soul that hated a bully. I was born like that. When I stepped into kindergarten and first grade and all of that and looked at the courtyard, I didn't go sit with the in crowd. I went over to the brother that was by himself, looking down, looking like he was having a tough time, and I tapped him on the shoulder, and I met him and made him a friend and walked home with him, right? I was born like that. With the underdog, I'm going to get with the underdog, and we going to hit some levels and see some heights and do some things, right? Yeah. What I look like going with the crew that's already big and built and pompous and all. I felt guilty every day I was with that church, man. Never been my style, right? But I thought that was of the Most High. And I leaned into it because I thought it was of him, right? So, as I am corrected, I'm going to rearrange my life, right? And my warships. No, no. We're going to do this thing right. And I don't care if it's two of us, right? Quality over quantity, right? I don't want no whole bunch. Get all billion of you fake brothers, get away from me, right? Unless we're fighting to be real, right? Don't let me speak as someone who shuns anybody. Everybody is welcome to this love. I don't care who you are. And if you got a knife behind your back, stick me. Not worried about that. I follow all of Christ. Crucify me. I follow all of Christ. Whatever we saw Christ do, that's what I'm going to do. That part. Understand me when I tell you and think I joke. 24, nevertheless, through envy of the devil came death into the world. And they that do hold of his side do find it. If you're holding up the side of the devil, you're going to find death. You're going to find death. The Most High's end said, few there be that find it. But this just said, and they that do hold of his side. Those who side with the devil do find it. Do find what? Let me shake my joint. See it blow up? Death. That's what. That's what. Right? You're going to find death, buddy. So that's the end of them. And they leaned into it. Back here, they could have said, we're going to do the opposite of all these things. And we're going to be of the Gentiles who live in the eternal heaven and earth. But nah, they did what? They held into the side of the devil, right? And they're going to find death. And they that do hold of his side do find it. Those who pick his side, they're going to find death. Right? All praise to the Most High. Understand who our enemies are. And all Israel ain't Israel. Let me add that while I'm talking this talk, right? So, man, may uh, Matthew 6 be with you. Okay? And may the armor of the Most High be with you. May his armor be with you. And may the fruit of the Spirit be with you. Right? And may 1 Corinthians chapter 13 be with you. We're not afraid of them. We love them. We would love them. We don't trust them. It say love your enemy. It don't say trust them. Let's make that plain on our way out before we read our chapter. Let's pull that out. Right. We're going to get them both. We're going to get both sides of that spectrum, just in case I'm saying that and somebody don't know what I'm talking about or why I'm saying that. So rock. Yeah, we're going to read all that there. Nah, matter of fact, I'm not going to get the Sirach. I'd rather get it out of Ecclesiasticus. Ecclesiasticus breaks it down better. Oh, whoa. Yeah, let's get all that. We're going to need all that. I'm going to need all that. Yikes. Ouch. All right, let's go, y'all. We got what we need. Let me get this on y'all screen one time. Kapow. Matthew 5:44. But I say unto you, love your enemies. So we are told to love them, right? How? Bless them that curse you. When they curse us, we bless them. Oh, that's how you feel, brother? Bless you, right? Do good to them that hate you. They hate you, and you know they hate you. Do good to them anyway. Open the door for them. Be courteous, be kind. They drop something, poof, pick it up. Oh, here you go, right? That's your hawk all day. Say what you want to say. I got instructions, right? And pray for them which despitefully use you. So when I pray, punish them, Father. They did this to me. They did. I'm not that type. I'm like, Father, please, you know, when you give it to him, Father, don't give it to him too tough. Do what you got to do, Father. Your will be your will. But Father, if you could find it in your heart, Father, find a way for them to possibly, uh, understand things easier, right? If you could give them a soft lesson, Father, and have them understand, give them that. Don't, if you could find it in your heart, Father, don't totally crush them, right? You're praying for the mercy of them, you know? And pray for them that despitefully use you. Pray for them that despitefully use you. They used you, they spited you, and just stepped all over you and rolled all over you, and you still got to pray for them. They persecuted you, right? Falsely. Believe it or not, pray for these guys, y'all. I pray for these guys. And I don't want nothing to happen to these guys. Right? I want what the Father wants, whatever the Father wants. If the Father want to do what he gonna do, right? Then he gonna do what he gonna do anyway. Right? But we do have power with him, you know. It depends on if he want to give us that power. You know? So I'm praying what I'm praying, but at the same time, I'm ready to accept whatever the Father's choice is. Right? Whatever his choice is. That's why I say only. When I pray, I say, Father, only if it be your will. Right? Yes, yes, yes. So that's the love your enemies part. That's how we love them. Love them, yes. Trust him. Ecclesiastes 12 and 10 through what? How far are we going? To 14? Never trust thine enemy. For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. His wickedness is going to rust. He's never going to get rid of it. Right? It'll rust before he get rid of it. Right? Like iron goes bad, so is his wickedness. Right? When your iron gonna shine again after it rust out, right? It's done. It's over. 11. Though he humble himself, right, and go crouching, though you tuck his tail and he run off, right, you humble him, right, yet take good heed and beware of him. Don't take your eye off him and don't put it past him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass. Right? And thou shalt know that his rust has not been altogether wiped away. It's temporary, right? It's temporary. You wipe, you see clear, and it'll fog back up, right? He's not going to keep seeing eye to eye with you. Yes, yes, yes. Set him not by thee. Keep him away from you. You better get away from him, right? Yes. Lest, or else what's going to happen? Less means or else. Okay? When he has overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Yeah. You keep him next to you, he gonna bump you out your spot and sit in it happily and do away with you, right? Neither let him sit at thy right hand. Keep him away from you, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou, which is you, and you at the last, remember my words. Remember what I'm about to tell you, and be pricked therewith. Right? Let that be a thorn in your side, right? That I tell you this. And what is he going to tell us? Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent? So you being warned about these guys and you still gonna keep on sitting with them, right? And that's what this is. Who will pity you? So you're playing with snakes. You're a snake charmer. You playing with these snakes all the time. Nobody feels sorry for the people when they get bit. We didn't feel sorry for the crocodile hunter when he got killed by a stingray, right? Or any such as come nigh wild beasts. Why are you playing with the beast? And when you get mauled, you had that coming, buddy, right? That's how we feel about y'all with these rogue shepherds, right? But I'm gonna feel compassion. Why? Because I'm a child of 1 Corinthians chapter 13. I'm gonna get in there with you and I'm gonna feel that pain with you. And you ain't gonna be alone. I'm gonna be your brother. I'm your brother now, right? Yes, yes, yes. 14. So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity? So when you inherit what they inherit, because you didn't separate yourself from them, I'm going to feel for you. But the world ain't, and most people in this truth ain't. And they're rightfully so. They're right, you know. But we pray for forgiveness and mercy, things like this. We don't want anybody to be punished. We want people to learn a lesson. That's what we want. We want people to repent, right? And that's what it says we should want. Come on. So that's what we want. Let's go out with the golden chapter. How y'all doing out there? Y'all still with me? Let me get some sevens in the chat if you still with me. Let's get on up out of here. Let's get that golden chapter. Ain't it? Can't go wrong with this. We cannot go wrong with this. 1 Corinthians chapter 13. Though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, and have not charity, I am become as a sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal. 2. And though I have the gift of prophecy, and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith, so that I could remove mountains, and have not charity, I am nothing. 3. And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned, and have not charity, it profiteth me nothing. 4. Charity suffereth long, and is kind. Charity envieth not. Charity vaunteth not itself, is not puffed up. 5. does not behave itself unseemly, seeketh not her own, is not easily provoked, and thinketh no evil. 6. Rejoice not in iniquity. It rejoiceth not in iniquity, but rejoiceth in the truth. 7. Beareth all things, believeth all things, hopeth all things, endureth all things. 8. Charity never faileth, but whether there be prophecies, they shall fail. Whether there be tongues, they shall cease. Whether there be knowledge, it shall vanish away. 9. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part. 10. But when that which is perfect is come, then that which is in part shall be done away. 11. When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. 12. For now we see through a glass, darkly, but then face to face. Now I know in part, but then shall I know, even as also I am known. 13. And now abideth faith, hope, charity, these three. But the greatest of these is charity. I am. All praises, honor, and glory to the Most High, whose name is Ahia. Ain't it? Yes, yes, yes. And Con, get that plantvineyards144@gmail. Send us an email tonight. If this has blessed you, let's have a conversation, right? Let's put our heads together and all of that. But first and foremost, Shabbat Shalom. Let's keep a good, solid Sabbath, right? We're going to figure out something we can do for Christ Sunday, right? We'll be back to go into these scriptures again Monday. And then Tuesday, Kapow. 848-777-1500. Your pin will be 149-6869 for the conference, right? Glory to the Most High Ahia. Shabbat Shalom, whoever you are, wherever you're at. I'm your brother Bronze.